Hello, folks. Welcome to another episode of Bar Stool Talks with Dr. Shar. Today's subject is going to be belonging. Now, the thumbnail that I have is actually a picture of the back of a sweatshirt that was given to me by the company that I just retired from, which is Applied Development, LLC. They're a diversibility services company. We provided like sign language interpretation, like for the White House, the sign language interpreters you see with the president and stuff. They used to belong to us. I haven't been there in a while, so I'm not sure if we still have that contract. And we provide reader services for people who are sight impaired. But what got me today, first of all, I've been snowed in or iced in my house since last, I think it was Friday or Saturday when the snowstorm came. So I just got out today. So that was like about 7 or 8 days. I mean, just couldn't move. And I just forced myself out, because I've got a little bit of experience from being stationed at Fort Drum. So I can drive in snow. So I just worked my way out of my driveway until I got onto the street. And I went to go buy a shovel. And I went to a large retail store. And for some reason, people just like to come up to me and just tell me different things. Well, this particular person worked at the store. And for some reason, she wanted to tell me about how the person in charge of the store there did not like to employ people with disabilities. And I'm like, what? I said, you're telling me this? And I said, I just left a job where I was a project manager for programs for people with disabilities. I'm an advocate for people to belong. So, yeah. I'm like, why are people telling me these things? Am I supposed to do something about it? The last 2 things people told me I did something about because it was unfair treatment, it was bullying, I'm talking about bad harassment. I'll put that in my book. But yeah, she told me today, this woman was so upset. And whether we want to admit it or not, we're all God's children. We all belong. So I'm not going to further belabor the Barstool talk because it's about 6 minutes long. But I just wanted to give that brief intro to belonging. We all belong, whether we want to admit it or not, whether we accept others or not. We all belong. Hello, beautiful people of the Most High. Today is January 28th, 2026. It is 3:39 a.m. So I fell asleep around, I guess it was around 10 o'clock or so. And I've been sleeping in, segments or sections. I don't know what you call it, like little periods, pockets of time. But today I wanted to kind of bring you this Barstool talk. Is going to be a little bit different. It's entitled Belonging, the Threshold Between Power and Purpose. And the reason why I have actually written it out instead of, just kind of freelance and free shooting from the hip and all that is because of who and the titles and the levels of which this segment addresses. I want it to be clear that when necessary and in a certain situation or circumstance, when it calls for it, I can address those that I need to address in a professional manner. So therefore, I asked ChatGPT, I gave it all my thoughts. I said, help me put this together because I have to address some individuals. And this is for the world also. Because a lot of people are kind of fall into this category many times throughout their lives. And God just wants the truth put out there. Okay? So, I'm going to read you a little story. You can replace it with whatever pronoun you feel entitled to, whether he, she, they, them. So, belonging, the threshold between power and purpose. Imagine a young man who suddenly inherits wealth, real wealth. Overnight, he is ushered into rooms he never had access to before. Rooms where the air is thin, the conversations are coded, and the smiles are rehearsed. Rooms where legacy is currency and belonging is guarded like a vault. Some welcome him, others whisper, not because he lacks the money. He has that now. But because he lacks the pedigree, the lineage, the generational handshake that says, "You're one of us." And just when he thinks the resistance only comes from the wealthy side of the house, a prophetess pulls him aside and says, "Some in the church world don't think you belong either." Not because he lacks faith. His faith is loud, unashamed, and rooted in Christ. But because they don't know what to do with someone who carries both wealth and truth. Someone who refuses to bow to religious politics or spiritual elitism. So he stands between two worlds. Wealthy elites on one side, spiritual elites on the other. Both suspicious, both territorial, both convinced they get to decide who belongs. And I'm laughing now, okay? But what they don't understand is this. He didn't walk into these rooms by accident. He didn't inherit this wealth by coincidence. He didn't receive this calling by committee vote. God placed him there. And when God places someone, no circle, financial or spiritual, gets to veto his decision. His meaning God. This young man becomes a living sermon about belonging. And I'm not going to correct this. Not belonging defined by Maslow, but not belonging defined by money, not belonging defined by church politics, but belonging defined by God himself. He belongs because he was sent. He belongs because he carries truth. He belongs because Christ has made him a son or a daughter, not a guest. He belongs because the kingdom is not intimidated by wealth and heaven is not threatened by boldness. And the irony is this: the very rooms that question his presence are the rooms God intends him to transform. He is not there to fit in. He is there to shift atmospheres, to break cycles, to expose false belonging, to carry Christ into places where Christ has been politely escorted out. So when they whisper, he doesn't belong, he stands tall and answers, I don't belong by your standards. I belong by God's assignment.